Can anyone confirm that? Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
As I told you, like to design the UML diagrams, so we are using Star UML. It is one of the free source. Like other ones are paid ones. That's why we are following the this one. It's not specific reason to follow this. Anything we can use. Only the reason I'm taking this one is free cost we are getting. So whatever the project we have or whatever the title, if you understand the functionality, definitely then only we can able to draw the diagrams. So that's the reason, as I mentioned today in starting time, like we will plan for the project class also, like because project class is not common for everybody, because it will change for title by title. That's why we are scheduling that classes separately, as I mentioned, right? So that on by once you understand the title, so that also we are not dragging. As soon as possible we can start within couple of days, or within 3 days or 2 days, so that we can cover most of the titles. People will soon, so that you will get, once you got the idea, you will also just do some analysis, and even we will share the documents to you, like the first document, like where it consists abstract and existing proposed and functional requirements, and as well as non-functional requirements. And also it consists like modules or high level features what we are going to be covering as part of your project, and also like software and hardware requirements. So this is the things initially you will cover, and if permits, even will give the idea of the project. So by passing the document, once you got it, then we'll schedule a meeting and we'll explain the things, so that you will get to understand what you people going to be doing in future. And also, as I mentioned already, it might give you some clarity on that what you are going to be doing along with your technology. That is my plan. And come back to the point. So this is the Star UML interface, where you can able to draw the all types of UML diagrams. First of all, what do you mean by UML diagram? Means it's a unified modeling language which will help you to draw the diagrams, or which will help you to what I can say, that depict your functionality in pictorial format, like in the diagrammatical format. So if you want to show some functionality in diagrammatical format, then we can use this particular Star UML. So definitely, as we know very clearly, so instead of theoretically, if I am showing some pictorial way, so it is easy to understand, easy to explain the things also. So that's why more of the people are taking the tables or charts, pie chart, table chart, that's the showcase the reports. So instead of theory, always pictures will give the more idea in short time. So likewise, in projects also, these diagrams will keeps very important role in the understanding the functionality by just looking the particular diagrams. That is the beauty of this particular UML diagrams. And also, like UML diagrams, we have so many, like for each indication or each work, we have different set of diagrams, as we know. So that all I'm just mentioning as what generally we used in the our projects or our application wise. So very first one is we are using generally uh, data flow diagram, sorry, not data flow, use case diagrams. Okay, so use case diagrams are the very important diagrams for any project. So basically, use case diagram will help you to understand each role wise what they will do, how, what operations they will perform. Like example, use case diagrams we are going to be drawing for each role wise. Each role means, for example, if you take Flipkart only, just I'm telling, if you take the Flipkart project, what are the roles we have? Means customer, vendor, and administration. Customer who purchase the project, vendor who sells the project, administration who will monitor this entire process. This is basically the roles what we have in the Flipkart. Now each person what he will do. For example, as a customer, if you log in into the any particular Flipkart account or Flipkart site, so what you can do generally? So generally we can do registration and login, and then we can purchase a product, we can able to see the products, and we can add to the cart. So likewise, what are the operations a customer can able to perform on the website. We have to note it on the use case diagram, so that by just seeing that use case diagram you can able to understand who are the different roles involving in the project and what they will do in the project. So such idea we will get by using use case diagram. So is this use case diagram clear for everyone? Can anyone confirm? Is it clear? What do you mean by use case diagram?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
definitely what is showing means users some roles. I can say that roles and responsibilities. So what are the user roles we have? I can say that yeah. What are the user roles we have and what are their responsibilities? So that will defined by the use case diagram generally. And the very most important, this next one is, as we know, data flow diagrams. DFDs we simply called as data flow diagrams. So these diagrams will help you to depict or to draw the how the data is flowing from one page to another page, or one entity to another entity, or I can say that one module to another module. So how is data passing, or front end to back end, or back end to front end, whatever it is. So how the navigation is happening in your application. Like example, once user login, then where he will go? He will go to the home page. Once you click on product, where he will go? Such kind of total flow diagrams will maintain in the data flow. So it will generally represent the navigations. So how the application navigations happening through data, I can say that. So how the data is moving from one page to another page, or how the user is navigating from one page application to another, I mean that one page module to another module, or one function, one screen to another screen. So that all will be informed in the data flow diagram. So is that clear? Data flow diagram, what it means?
Sir, please explain with diagrams.
Yeah, fine. Diagrams means like with the story mail you were telling. So this one I will tell you one by one. Once the
Like, sir,
explanation is done, I will tell
you
you.
you take a real time example and you create a diagram
Okay,
like
then. Okay, then I will do that then. In that case, we can go for here. Okay. So see, Nana. So now first thing, as I mentioned, one by one only we'll do. The parallel we can do that in that case. First one, what is that? Use case diagram, right? So whatever I told you, so we can go for any project, whichever, like just before, as I mentioned, we can take a simple example. uh, Orders, I can say that, yeah, orders we can say that. Okay, the Flipkart order. So when a user wants to place an order, what is the actions is taking, that I'm taking an example. So in that, so first, as I mentioned already, we'll go for model, and add diagram is option to add all the diagrams. See that these are the different set of diagrams what we have in the your star UML, and also some of these are very important, some of these are optional. So out of this, first I told you the important one is, as I mentioned, use case diagram. So if you take the use case diagram, so as I mentioned, it will indicate each role wise. Example, if you go for order management, so who will do the order? I'm explaining entire diagram for orders only. Then I'm not taking entire other law, whatever, like other options are there, adding product, deleting product. I'm not taking. Just if a user wants to place an order in the Flipkart, what he will do? Very simple. As everyone knows that, that's what I'm taking in this example. First, you need to log in into the Flipkart, and then you need to uh, search for a product, and then add to the cart the respective product, and then place an order like checkout, and then address selection, payment, and completed. So these are the steps what generally a customer will perform on the ordering a project in the, like any Flipkart, any website, any e-commerce, but in the specifically Flipkart. So now that I'm taking as example. So now in this use diagram for customer, so first, as a user, we are selecting the actor, and if you consider here, this is the a representation of actor. You can take one actor here, and actor means role. So that is here in our terminology it is customer. So now what customer will do in this particular module or in this particular requirement? So first he has to do the login, so that you can indicating by use case, or each use case is indicating one action. So use case, so that is login. first one. So that you can map by your regular association. So use case diagrams always we are representing by associations in generally. So now after the login, so what we will generally do in the search for a product. So search, I'm writing here search. So after login, he will do the search, and again you need to map that as an association, and then you have to create a event for add to cart, because once search is done, we will add to the cart the selected product. So add to cart. And after that, we will do the checkout. So likewise, whatever the operations we are performing, that you can write one by one and map them by respect to user. So likewise we can do. But in use case, just for understanding, I'm taking detailedly, but in real time you need not to write detailedly like this. So simply what he will do, simply you can write search, order management, view the products, like that high level you can write in the real time. But here to understand, I'm writing detailedly step by step, and finally just make a payment. So like that, whatever the operations he can do, whatever the the actions he can perform, so that he can mention as a use case diagram. So this is how we will draw the use case diagram in generally. So finally payment. Example I'm taking. So likewise, how many modules you are creating in your application, for that all modules you need to create the use case diagrams. It's not single, but again I'm telling it depends on like what we can say that project wise. For example, 3 users are there, right? So one way of creation, for 3 users, 3 use case diagrams separately, or else you can create a single use case diagram where you can showcase all the activities by the 3 users. So like both this way or that way you can create, but only the thing, all users should be covered. So use case always representing the user. So how many users are involving in your project, for each user use case diagram should be there in the project. Now the point, whether you want to draw all the 3 users diagram in single page or multiple pages, it is up to your choice based on your interest. So that is the first diagram what I explained to you, that is use case. Is this clear, or still any more doubts? Use case diagram. Any doubt as of now in use case diagram?
No, sir.
Good.
Sir, how to connect the customer to user product?
Which one?
We have suppose we have buy the product and sell the person and purchase the product. How
Right.
to connect this?
See, in use case, both are as a 2 use cases. So as a customer, he want to sell it or he want to buy it, right? So now first
Yes.
use case you can write as a this like this use case, first use case you can write customer can purchase project, can sell project, can upload project, can delete, like that you can write this stages only. So in use case, no other ways of representation, whatever actions you want to indicate that everything in the oval shape only you have to take care. Is it clear?
Okay, sir, thank you.
Yeah, fine.
Okay,
For
sir,
example, if you speak about this one only high level, so first one what he will do in the flipboard side, generally he has to do the register, and then what he will do, login, and then simply as a customer view products, and then search, SEARCH search, and then buy the product. Simply I can write like this. Now for example, in this only I'm just adding another actor called seller. Example, seller I'm taking. So here if you see, seller also need to register in the site, so go for seller, for the same register can be used by both. And similarly he has to do the login, example I'm telling, and he also can do the view product. But along with that, he also can add the product, because seller can add the product to the site so that to purchase. Like here in this case, now we can add one more option, so that is add product. So this is additional to the seller only. So this is what I told you, like in the single diagram also you can mention, or double diagram also you can do that. And now he cannot buy the product, generally he had the product and then he will sell the product, example I'm telling. So now we can add one more use case, sell product. So likewise in the single picture, like single diagram, you can mention both all the users as a single, or else if you want to divide, again see one diagram for customer, another diagram you have to create with these three along with the new two options you have to create it. But this is the way how we will create a use case, generally use case diagram. So is it clear everybody?
Sir.
Yeah, great. So now we will go for the second diagram what I explained, data flow diagram. So will it there in this data flow activity structure communication sequence? Yeah, data flow is not there because data flow diagram anywhere. Can you check it once? Package object, yeah. So data flow diagram, because I think it's not there because of it is will represent in the rectangle wise only. So no issues, we can go for word, word. So this is the data flow diagram, only one thing we cannot do in the UML and star UML, because the data flow diagrams are indicating rectangles only. So that's why I think he is not given that. But we can use our word file where we can draw the data flow diagrams. So data flow is just a symbolic representation. It's not containing any logics or any conditions. So I will explain how by drawing that so you can easily understand. Okay, or else I will go for intent to show that it's taking time. Meanwhile, I'm showing this one. Yeah, see that. So this is the way how we are depicting the data flow diagram. So see, it's a very simple high level diagram where the what are the components are available and how they are communicating, in simply say that. See that. So this is one of the simplest data flow diagram where how the data is coming to customer to website or website to customer. So now the same thing we can depict by using, well, it's opened or not? Yeah, still it's opening. Yeah. So now if you see in this case only, website admin is updating the data in the website. Similarly, customer also can update in the website. Similarly, there is a one more person, seller. So seller also can update the e-commerce. In this is not mentioning, but still we can mention that. So likewise, just we are showcasing who are the involving and how they are communicating with the computer database. So likewise, we are indicating the data flow diagram. So this is how the data is populating or flowing from one person to another person. Just give me a second, it's loading. I will show you how to draw that. Okay, I think it is still taking time. Okay, meanwhile, we can go for other diagram. After that, I will come back and I will show you. So meanwhile, we'll go for year diagram. So year diagram means it is completely entity relationship diagram. So simply I can say that year diagram will depict your database. So how many tables you created and how tables are relevant to each other. So that representation we'll do in the year diagram. It's a purely showcasing your database, nothing else in the functionality wise or nothing else in the your code wise. So purely how many tables you draw in the database and each table how it is connecting with other one, we are showing in the year diagram straightforward. So now let us assume that in our example only we consider one customer and seller and as well as products. So this is what we designed in this. So that I will show you by using year diagram how we will do. So take the new diagram, that is as a year diagram. Yeah, so here entity is nothing but table and relation is nothing but how the one table another table is mapping. So now in our case I representing totally 4 tables. So first table is, as you mentioned, customers, and the second table is, let's take sellers, and the third table is here products, and the fourth table is, just imagine, orders. So these are the, I'm just imagining order, only placing order, so I'm taking 4 1. Now under the customer what he has the fields like columns, I can say that. So that columns you can add by using add column option. So add column, so like that you can add the number of columns in the respective table. So like example, for example, column, first column is ID, customer ID, and I'm taking as an integer. Now like that how many you want to add, so just click on plus and you can keep on adding them. So another column, let's take, I'm giving customer name and I'm taking as a string, and then email and also string, and then password. Likewise, how many you have in the respective table, you should create like that. So simply you should create as like your table representation. It's just a replica of your tables in the diagram. Now customers done, right? Now same way sellers and add column. So now again same way, just before that seller ID, let's take int, and now plus seller name, let's take, sorry, yeah, seller name, let's take string, and then after I'm taking, let's take seller brand and string, just imagine that. So these are the things in the seller. And now under the products, so generally what columns we have, just imagine that. So again see every column has the primary key column, that is ID definitely. So ID int, and next product name string, and the next product cost float, I'm taking maybe points, and after that stock, how many products is available still as of now in the vendor, along with the vendor, so stock. And after that I'm taking description as a string. So let's take example. So these are the some fields I'm taking for the product. So now you see this product who is selling, like who which seller is selling, that also we need to maintain. So that is indicating by relation. And now orders, so let's take orders columns I'm taking. So now here first one anyway order ID again, so I'm taking int, and then when they ordered, so date, time, so timestamp I'm taking when they ordered, and what they ordered like product ID, PID, and who ordered this particular, so customer ID, and after that how many they ordered, so that is quantity, and what is the total amount they paid for this order, so total amount. Just imagination I'm telling, it's not accurately, I'm just telling that. And now in the products also, with this particular product who is selling, so that also we need to track. So that's why we are also adding one more column, that is seller ID, for tracking who is selling this ID, this product. So likewise, we have to represent the particular diagrams with tables. So simple, it's not imagination. Whatever the tables you created in the database, just replicate here and take it the diagram, that's all. And now to represent, like see, we have to give the relations. So totally in the ER diagram, we have three relations: one to one, one to many, many to many. One to one means one entity can have relation with other entity. Example, one to one means, for example, one product can purchase by one customer only, because once he purchase, the product may not available on the respective list. Maybe same product another one can purchase, but one person cannot, two persons cannot purchase the same product same time. So that is the meaning. Similarly, if for example a faculty can teach multiple students, a faculty can teach multiple, one to many. Similarly, one student may have the multiple faculties also. So in this scenario, in this relation, it is many to many. So one faculty can have multiple students, one student can have multiple faculties. So many to many. Well, coming to the college and student, in one college we have so many students, but a student belongs to a particular college only. He may not belongs to multiple colleges at a time, because he will study one college only. So this is we call one to many. So it's like that, based on the how they related each other, we have to put the respective line. For example, here in this case, if I am taking, a customer can take, I mean to say, a customer can purchase multiple products, but a single product can purchase by one customer only. So that means it is one to many. So one product, sorry, one customer can purchase multiple products. So this is the relation. You can even write purchase. So like that, relation name also you can mention over there. And now second one, a customer can place multiple orders, but a order can be placed by one customer only. That means an order cannot be placed by two customers at a time. So same relation here also. Place an order. Next, similarly, a seller can place multiple products. Seller. And next, a seller can view his orders. Likewise, it depends on the relation, it depends on the situation. You have to draw the tables and you have to map the relation as for that particular relation. So this is how we will draw the ER diagrams in the star UML. So is this clear?
Sir, can you explain again, sir, how to relate one table to another table?
See, one table to another table, how we will relate means generally based on how they involve. So